never forget Dave Kushner, who plays guitar in Velvet Revolver. He would ask me to go snowboarding. And I turned him down every single time. And in my mind, that's some white boy shit, I ain't do. But I'm this black guy in this punk rock band. You know, like breaking down barriers. You know, so I had that residue of limited thinking, even as I was vanguard. You know, so that's how deep these things are.
You know, black folks don't go green. Well, I'm a black folk, and I'm totally green.
Black folk do go green. California is a prime example of that.
I just got a new job that's about 5 miles away, and we're out finding a bike route so I can ride my bike to work 3 days out of the week. It's going green.
I have been sort of an anomaly in sort of the circles that I've been around, where I'm sort of like the greenie, telling people unplug things and recycle. And
in terms of recycling, no, we throw all the stuff in the same trash can. We don't even know what those other 2 trash cans are for. The green one and the blue one is just like, why did they even give me this? And then when we find out that we got to pay for it and we've been paying for it, people are mad.
My aunt in Texas, she's the, God bless her, but she's the most ungreen person I've ever seen. There's like no recycling. I remember I was like, oh, are we gonna recycle this? No, just everything in the garbage. I think we might have like had 3 bags of garbage that one day. And they were like the big black ones. I haven't used a hefty bag since I was like 12.
We have the receptacle, but by the time it's time to take out the trash, if it gets mixed up, we're not gonna go back and be like, oh my God, let me separate the cans and the aluminum. And we'd be like, come on, cut this shit out. It's garbage.
Black people don't recycle. They just don't. They don't do it. They don't want to do it, especially the older of the generation. They just don't buy it. They just figure, oh, it's just a trick by the man to make them spend a lot of time on their trash, but it all goes into one trash can. So we are statistically, by 20 point, it's like a 20-point spread. Black people are much less likely to recycle than white people. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that, except I recycle. Okay, I drive a Prius.
When I do see all the SUVs in black neighborhoods, I mean, I see them all over, period. But it certainly is not fly to be driving a Prius. Like, that is not going to be the popular car in the rap video.
I drove here in a Prius. I've got a bunch of black friends that drive Priuses that are really sort of focused on these issues.
Professional black folk go green. Folk in the hood ain't going so green and not interested in it.
I think primary concerns for an older generation, primarily my parents, definitely my grandparents, are not to protect their environment. It's more so to survive and to make it from day to day.
There's always going to be a challenge for lower income people, and lower income people tend to be browner across the board, to put a priority over these like abstract concepts like the environment.
In other ways, black people are very green because when it comes to leaving the lights on and stuff, most black people are worried about the utility bill. So they're like, turn those lights off. It may not be because they're thinking of the energy for the planet in every case.
Now it's very trendy to grow your own food or, you know, recycle. My mom jokes that most black people were so poor, we had to be whatever you consider green because we can't go out and buy new things. You know, we reuse things over and over again. And the way my dad grew up, same thing. You grow your own food because that's just what you do. There was a time that before the Great Migration to the North, that black folk really understood agriculture. They knew how to grow their food. They understood from, you know, seed to plate. They really got that.
The other thing in terms of black folks in green is that we're less likely to join big organizations like the Sierra Club or NRDC, and we're more likely to focus on community efforts to get rid of noise pollution or trash or rodents or general pollution.
It's more focused on environmental justice. It's focused on how environmental racism has created environmental pollution and toxins and other inequities and inequalities in the black community.
I really think Americans actually don't go green. And so you can loop black folk into that. Growing up in Canada, we're really, from grade school, high school, and the environment is so important to us. Recycling, like eating well, all those sort of things are so important. But then when I came to the States, especially living in New York, where there's litter everywhere and people don't really care about the environment, there's not a lot of recycling. It's something that like gets phased out when there's budget cuts. Like that to me is really an American thing.
Going green, this term that we use, means that we're really thinking about the environment on many levels. So we're thinking about the environment on how much we want to save it so that our butts will have a place to live in the future. We're thinking about the environment, about what is food and what can this environment do for our bodies? Can it bring us more into wellness?
I don't know. I'm kind of split on this because we have, some new age black folk going on, that like to do everything that's kind of, they're ascending, of course.
Black folk don't go green. People who ever believe that have not been to the Bay Area, have not stepped foot into an Oakland house. I think here in Oakland, as I said before, there's so many young people of color that are starting their own businesses, and the idea is sustainable. And with the idea of being sustainable, a lot of kind of greenness is foregrounding how we build our businesses here.
My good friend Van Jones went green. All my friends at Green for All, they went green. All of the urban gardening folks, just about everybody is concerned about the environment, concerned about the carbon footprint, and that's black folks.
Now this is called the Lake Mary Gardens in Oakland, California, and this is a garden that's still within the city. It's free to enter. That's what I go to when I need to find that sense of peace. I go into nature. It kind of was a opening up of my mind and saying, vegetarianism, this is a California thing? What's all these vegetarians? I wanted to know about it. And now look at me, I'm a raw vegan for 4 years and a vegan for over 22 years. We in the black green movement, if you want, we're trying to still find out if our struggle, if our plight is the same as white people going green. I think there is a black vegan movement. And I know some people think, well, why do we have to put black on it? It's just vegan. You just eat the dang same green food. Like, what's the big deal? But the idea is that we're using food, too, to kind of combat racism. The foods that we eat that are not good for our bodies are connected to a legacy of slavery. And it's just like, let's throw away the shackles of slavery. Well, let's throw away the shackles of pork, too, And let's really start thinking on a different level.
Fortunate